AI. AI is what would come on naturally along with computerization. It's synthesizing a natural phenomenon that happens, I would say, with consciousness, as there is such a thing as called self-organization and or self-organizing system. Having said that, I point at Libra being the sign that represents that kind of, quote, mechanism. You know how it's it's the scales. It's the only sign that is represented by a machine like that. It is self-organizing. Also, Libra rules music. So the reason why I would pick on Libra at this time is because, boy, have they been picked on for the last 14 years, since Pluto in particular has been in Capricorn, squaring, I say my generation because my generation is Pluto in Libra and Uranus in Libra, roughly 1970, maybe late 70, more like 70 to 76 or something. You have to look when those two planets were they were dancing hand in hand in Libra. So anyway, it's been rough on us, and but now we are going to come alive. I mean, that whole ambiance of what Libra represents is going to show up. But what I'm looking at and noticing more and more, of course, because I'm a Libra, and then we're going to look at this, our own self-organizing consciousness is waking up. And it's like, excuse me, but they are hijacking all of this stuff that's coming on from within us as an awakening. Like I'm here as a long-time study of astrology who has Mercury conjunct Uranus, so I have an intuitive ability about it. And astrology points at all this stuff. I mean, we are so lost without it anyway. Getting back to, yeah, because of being lost without it, they whoever knows better, like say, who has invented AI? I mean, that, like I said, that just comes along with computerization. Um, you know, computerization is just coming from having found out how reality itself is rendering up. It's kind of the same as just when you look at the pixels on your TV set, and when you go up close to it. Before, when I was a kid, you would only see dots, and it's like, how is this making up this whole entire scene? Well, there isn't a scene there. You're amazing. You have senses that are putting together. Anyway, let's get it back to the Aquarius age, which awakens. Okay, so AI. Okay, a lot of people don't know what that is. Well, it's a wonderful thing if it's operating just like the self-organizing system that each and every one of us has the capacity to be. The question is, why would that be allowed to take over with a possible schism if it's already here? We are that. Consciousness is self-organizing. If we become conscious, boy, is that a subject matter. It has to do with our minds, yes, and how we are just like, yeah, projecting and reeling things in, and what are we celebrating? But really, when it's computerized, which it is, that means that you're watching me on this screen, and you also maybe have an iPhone when you're watching it. These things, there is a tally mark, and there is a natural, it's a self-organizing thing that would be there if you just let it be as a radiation of an intelligence behind it. Maybe. Are there people? Are there millions and billions of people fucking saying something and pointing at something? That's where we don't like that AI would be hijacked. And it is. To the point where people don't really know what it is. And so now we don't know what the self-organizing system, the possibility which is inside of us, which is Libra, that's coming alive, which is love, honey. Love, oh my God, it's hard, it's tough. It's not everybody's cup of tea, right? But we have to go through it again, you know. And all we're doing is honing in our what we already knew, and astrology is here to help us see this process that's actually going out on. It's a natural process. It's going out in nature. But who can really run that sensation through their brain as all these little gears and processes going, backing way up to say, like, okay, so Pluto is not going to be out of Aquarius. Once it goes into Aquarius, it's going to keep working on the human organism themselves. They are going to experience this continued, um, I was going to say self-organization, but you would only wish, right? We can only go and buy some more popcorn, non-GMO. That would be ideal. See, the choices that you're making in the moment is what's going to create whether or not we see rainbows or just black and white, you know, as far as if there is a future. Now, all of this is going to come up like, well, what are these people talking about? Well, the truth is a hell of a thing to start just going, ah, man, are you kidding? There is no time? No, there isn't. There's only now. And you can see some people falling off that rocker and saying, well, you must consider the mind. And it's like, well, of course we must consider the mind. That's all that we're considering at that point. If you look at it, if you look at the mind, then all of a sudden, oh, what happened? Where'd you go? It's just now. It's just now, by the way. Having said that, I'm looking forward to a wonderful shower. Am I looking better a little bit? I'm a very powerful person, and I don't put it past you, if you've gotten this far, that you are also a very powerful person. The more powerful you are, the more or less um, able that you are to make these transformations at this time. Astrologically, it could be sound for sure for all of humanity, babes. What my personal experience is in this life is that, boy, it's such a delicacy, and I can't just blurb it out in fucking 5 words or 5 sentences right here. But there are already. This is getting back to the Aquarius thing because I'm an Aquarius moon. It's like there are already books written. We already know. Aquarius says, "I know," so we're just awakening to these things, and of course, what a time for humanity to be saved by whatever it is that they're under the influence of, and it's certainly not Bill Gates, babes. It's like it's a race. Those people study um, astrology too, and I'm not saying that I know exactly who those people are. Really, I think that it's amazing. Just stay out of the way of the process that's happening in front of us, which is like something is trying to clean this shit up before like the universe or God's mind says enough of that, and just absolutely, who knows what is better, babes? The ocean just washing over New York once or twice, or an agent being released by whoever has the wherewithal to do it, whether they send Greta out and say, are you ready to do the hokey pokey? Right. Turn this shit around, baby. Or not. No, I mean, yeah, that's who has the power and wherewithal to do it. Who are these fucking people? And um, does anybody ever even think about it? I mean, uh, because I've found something, you know, I see that all of the history in the capital letters of the English alphabet. It'll show you how everything is happening now, and that it is a matter of this perception. They have screwed a vibrational frequency up that is our very the way that we look at things um, around us, the world, you know, how that it has been constructed, and um, who has the power, why, how, and how do we take it back? If there is such a thing as taking it back, I think the right word is, um, uh, and I do think it's taking it back. As far as the organism here, it's just it's like it's hijacked, and it's on fucking it's hijacked, and it's being cartoonified. It's just being something is fucking puppeting stuff and say wee, and we're about to see something so gnarly with this Pluto Aquarius thing. See, they talk about the fifth dimension and all this stuff, and it's like, okay, now I get it. I see what it is. The third dimension has to do with beliefs, but you don't know what that means. You don't just decide to believe something. No, you have been installed, and your body is vibrating, and you have words there. Your world is full of it. The words are full of it. So they're trying to get you to stay there. That's a belief. But if you can go beyond belief, which is into your imagination, which I consider the fifth dimension, it's like not even a big deal. You always wonder, well, where is everybody going? Well, they have a belief, and they stay in this lower capacity. I'm not saying, well, damn it, they don't play the piano. Well, more like, gosh, they don't even get up and fucking say, you know what, I'm going to go against that fear. Really, that's the mind orientation, and just imagine what it will be like if I made it through and actually just did say maybe it's the right thing, and just be there for somebody or something, and say boom, and hand them a jelly bean, and then go back and then wait and find out what the fuck happens. It's like, yay, in the video game, you know, you made it to the next level. Otherwise, if you wouldn't have done that, and you didn't imagine, you know, I think this jelly bean is the only thing that fucking matters right now. There's a storm outside. I don't care. I'm gonna put my cape on, and I'm going to give them the jelly bean. And then, thank you for listening to this. It's my favorite thing to do.